Welcome everybody, it is the IEL week number 4. We have Kommando Delta at 1-9 today and Chimera Crew at Mob. Hello everyone, I am XPlayman bringing you week number 4 of the IEL, and we've got ourselves an interesting one today because what you have is the first place and second place team going after each other, trying to, close the gap in that lead a little bit, or in the case of Chimera Crew, trying to preserve it, and a third and fourth place team against each other first, which where maybe 1-9 can try to come back up against Mob or Kommando Delta, trying to get their first win of the season still. Let's go take a look at the standings right now. You see that Chimera Crew is undefeated with a 9-0 record. 9-0 record out of 9 games. That is just so difficult to come up against if you're any of the other teams right now in the league. And then you have Mob 5-4, 1-9, 4-5, really tight there in Kommando Delta, looking for their first win still. In the top 5 leaders of cost, you have T-Mask up there on top, and Ganon and second with a 80 cost, and T-Mask with that 81.8. Notably, Ganon has about twice as many rounds played as T-Mask does, but I mean that's still a good cost record nonetheless. Fly Like an Eagle with 78.5, Techno with 74.3, and Space with 74.1. Those are your top 5 leaders in cost who have at least played 20 rounds in the season so far. Now, the two teams that are going up against each other first is going to be Kommando Delta and 1-9. And let's go ahead and see how those two teams look against each other right now. Kommando Delta, you see, the last place in the season so far has a cost of 55% as a team, which is kind of a tough one to swallow right now. You just, they went up against Chimera Crew last week, and they didn't have SlaYx, who was their best cost player so far of the season. And you see there he is leading, the team, the top 5 players in cost right now: SlaYx, Hendrix, Artist, Crusader, and Flex 87. Right now it's just kind of a team trying to figure out what to do. Now they're gonna, for the rest of the season, they're going to have some home advantages, defense advantages after this week. So this is going to be their last time on the attack side for the majority of the part. Yeah, they're just really trying to figure out here, how do they get their first win? Going up against 1-9 today, who's got a team cost of 64%. And right now they also have a losing record, but just barely, with that 4-5 record. Their best map is Hotel Trouble too, which we haven't seen that much of this season. They've won against KD the first time. Then they went ahead and played against Chimera Crew, where they lost. So they went 3-3 at that point. And then in last week's games against Mob, they were 1-2, avoiding a sweep there. And so I think that's something that we're going to see happen with these two teams, is that they're going to, you might see some different plays than you might normally see. Kommando Delta being more on the defensive side, especially on some of these other maps like Cafe 14. That's the other thing too we have to discuss. There's a map pool change, but we'll get to that later when we look at the map pool. But the map pool has basically expanded to 8. How the pick ban works has also changed, but also the map pool is now a size of 8. So the only 2 maps that are not part of the map pool is Military Airport and Abandoned Hospital. So we'll see, does 1-9 decide to maybe, block out, Cafe 14, knowing that Kommando Delta does decently well there, or, what they decide to, how they decide to proceed with the map ban portion. Let's go ahead and take a look at RULEGHOST, by the way, because RULEGHOST was has been having a good season so far. Last week was maybe not as the same RULEGHOST that we've seen before, but RULEGHOST has 66 kills, which is a high number of kills to have, and 47 deaths for a cost of 68.2. He's ranked 11th right now. I think he just kind of gets back into again with the coming up against Kommando Delta, and you'll probably see him pick right back up on the leaderboard again. He's got a 1.4 KDR, and the trades is at 14 right now, which is a good number to point out, because even though his KDR hasn't necessarily been the greatest as of late, the trades is making up for it. So you know, that's kind of a good thing that I think now that the trade. So when essentially a trade happens, when you know, he dies and then a teammate goes ahead and, you know, backs him to get the kill. You know, going up against SlaYx, assuming Kommando Delta has SlaYx, you know, in their roster today, you have, you know, SlaYx with a better cost rating. RULEGHOST, you know, a little bit behind on damage per round. They get, you know, some of those things like frags and stuff are excluded from that counter. But I think these two are going to be some people that you're going to keep an eye on, assuming we get SlaYx this time, because he did not come in the game against Chimera Crew last week, which was unfortunate for Kommando Delta. Let's go ahead and take a look. It's the Game 1 map bans. It looks like ONE9 is going to ban Embassy Raid. And then Bank is going to be banned by Kommando Delta. And then the way that this works, by the way, now is that now we have it on a text basis, so that it's we're not going into the voice chat anymore, and it's going to allow for like an auditing process as well to make sure that everything has been documented and correct. That's one of the goals here too with the IEL, is to make sure that everything is authentic and verifiable as much as possible. And they're gonna go pick enthusiastically. They're gonna pick Hotel Trouble. That was a very enthusiastic Hotel Trouble. It's Kommando Delta at ONE9 Hotel Trouble. All right, Kommando Delta is ready. ONE9 is ready, and we are ready. Let's go ahead and get this started. It is the IEL Week 4, starting now. For Kommando Delta, you have Hendrix, Crusader, Flex, Nick, and SlaYx. And for ONE9, you have Orphic, Wolf, Tano, RULEGHOST, and Riot. And I can only imagine what a relief it must be for Kommando Delta to have SlaYx in there, who has been such like a rock player for them. We'll go ahead and see here how Kommando Delta will do against ONE9
Use the planning table to find the bomb.
on Hotel Trouble, a map that they've already played before versus each other and lost. But you know, now they're changing roles. The attack versus defender side. You see the screen is blocked by the bench.
Going in 10 seconds.
Tano's got the AS Val. Really turned out to be like a league favorite for a lot of players. You go take a look at those stats on the Gilded page. You'll see some people prefer to use that gun. And RULEGHOST might be going down to power. No, that's the west staircase. Okay, got it. Going for that staircase, it looks like it's going to be Nick and Hendrix. So for RULEGHOST, he's set up right there in that dirty spot. Hendrix is going to peek upstairs and just ignore it. And Nick is going to ignore that as well. So RULEGHOST is going to sit there just unentertained. I wonder if this is something that they've learned from RULEGHOST as well, because RULEGHOST had some pretty filthy plays in the stairs last time. You know, one thing that is already looking like an improvement here, though, too, from Kommando Delta's attacks. Looks like they are setting up in spread out locations. Sometimes they all kind of focus up in one spot. Nick, though, is still back. Flex gets that frag kill on Riot. Try to pick him off one at a time. Oh, and he rappelled right up to where the flashbang was, like right at the exact moment it popped out there. Nick is entering on the second floor. He'll be catching up to his teammates soon, I would imagine. And for Kommando Delta, they're a team that, you know, they stick together a lot on defense, especially, which is a good thing, you know, when you're on defense. But on the attack side, you don't want to create just one approach for attack. And this is actually something that really liking what they're doing here right now. And SlaYx is down to 2 health, just, you know, hanging off the balcony. RULEGHOST is ready and waiting for a push in through, and he gets Nick. And he also picks up that M4, and then just spots Crusader. They trade. Right now, Kommando Delta is on site, with the exception of Hendrix. And SlaYx will go ahead and take out that sticky cam there. But he is... Ooh, does he spot the bathroom? He just does not. Late to get Wolf, but SlaYx will get Wolf. With that trade, it is 2v2. Orphic is across at 303. Tano is ready and waiting for Hendrix coming up the stairs. It's 2v2, but it's like two 1v1s at this point, really. Hendrix opens the door just a bit too slow because, yep, Tano's going to spot the door opening and take out Hendrix. You can't open the door and then sit immediately in front of the door. That's unfortunate how that works out. Now, starting the defuse, and Orphic locks in on SlaYx and takes him out on the defuse. It's going to be 1-0 for ONE9. That sounds like a lot of numbers, but it was 1-0. The score, 4, meaning that it's for the team, ONE9. I could go like this every week with these jokes on ONE9's numbers. After the first round, it's RULEGHOST with 2 kills, Tano, Wolf, and Orphic with 1 kill each. Crusader, SlaYx, and SlaYx will pick up a kill each. And I think, whoop. Sorry about that. We're going to go check out the replay on that, see if... Nope, that was just a little too late. Sorry about that, guys. I wanted to see exactly how that was... how he, like, approached that, because, man, that was pretty cool, like... You didn't see SlaYx, like, crouch or nothing like that, and you know, go prone, lean, something to throw off, like, the estimate. When you're an attacker and you're going in for the defuse, you've got to remember that the defenders know exactly where the bomb is with that marker. And it serves as a good reference point to kind of estimate where somebody's head would be. And, you know, that's what we just saw happen there in that shot. It was just... Oh, hello, marker, and then headshot. I think that one thing we see attack teams miss a lot is like they get it's a sense of like, what don't you know? Oh, RULEGHOST here is ready to get Nick out. Oh, knew somebody was on second floor. Turns out it was RULEGHOST. He will get the first entry kill. And Tano will take out Hendrix. So, yeah, one thing is this, sometimes you see attackers that don't, you know, pick up the information so much on, or they don't anticipate it. They don't anticipate what the defense knows. The defense knows exactly where the bomb is, for one thing, so you got to remember to tilt your head. This is something you see some other attackers do, and I think it was a big mistake to go, you know, defusing with while standing up. It's not even, you know, trying to fool the defense in any way. SlaYx thinks somebody is in the bathroom, but reality is somebody's on the other side, out in the lobby. That is Wolf over there. He's actually by the vending machine. He's got somebody coming up on his left at the staircase. I think he's heard it. Yeah, you can hear the staircase activity. And Crusader will get Tano with the shotgun. We've seen Crusader do some nasty things with the tactical shotgun. Across the hall is Orphic. And with the door open, spots SlaYx. That's a big one to take out, as he's going to go ahead and prep a frag, throw it out there. And did it got shot on the throw, and SlaYx gets taken out by Orphic. Ooh, it's going to be Crusader left. But he's got to take on 4. The odds are not looking good here. Oh, the nade gets him from Wolf! Nice throw by Wolf. And Kommando Delta is now down 0-2. Orphic and RULEGHOST have 3 kills each. Wolf and Tano have 2. Riot is sightseeing. For the attack, you have Crusader with 2. He picked up 1 kill in round number 2. That's all Kommando Delta was able to achieve there in the second round. We started talking about earlier during the pregame how Kommando Delta is a defense-oriented team. And after this week, they will be the home team for the remainder of the season. But just because you're the home team, you still have to figure out how to get wins on the attacking side. This team right now, when it comes to attacking versus defending, they've only won 6 rounds when on attack. They've won about double that on defense. Flex is going to spam into 207. It shouldn't come as a surprise, but you know, just like how the flash effect lasts between players when we get flashed when spectating somebody, the tinnitus effect also carries over from player to player. And waiting in 206 is Orphic, and he's got 3 of them in front. We see he's got the door wedge that he's already placed. I would imagine the other utility is a frag. And see, there is the door wedge there. And they're going to put a C2 charge on it. We'll see if Orphic can go ahead and take out at least one of the 3 here, or if the 3 is going to be too much for him to handle. Nade going out. Oh, this could be filthy. Oh! Gets Flex. Nick will avoid even the reduced damage through the couch, so he's just out of range. Kommando Delta is down 2. It is SlaYx out on the balcony. Hendrix in the staircase. And Nick will retreat fully. Lost someone else there in that balcony. And just seems like Wolf might spot the balcony there. He's got to aim a little higher. And he gets SlaYx hanging. Like Nick is going to take a... Ooh, Hendrix pushes in through the elevator stairs, getting Wolf, who's been sitting in that spot every round. And just realized he's getting shot from behind, but can't figure out if it's high or low. Hendrix is just going to fully repel, then rapid repel down. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Oh, that could have been so disgusting right there. But Orphic was outside on the balcony. That was RULEGHOST that was challenging. And we talked about how RULEGHOST has had some nasty plays here on the elevator stairs. But, looks like he's going to totally abandon it. Wow. For Hendrix, I would say Hendrix is lucky considering how disgusting that could have become with the RULEGHOST behind him. Now, RULEGHOST is going to come challenge from above. Just spots and gets Hendrix. Nick is still on the 2nd floor. I imagine he repelled up to the 4th floor. Maybe came back down to the 2nd. But a lot of time spent off-site, and he's the only one left now with 45 seconds left in the round. We talk about how communication is important in this game, and for this moment right here, it's also making sure that you are positioned in the right place. At this point, well, you have no choice but to push, I guess, because this is the 3rd round, which means you're going to swap sides anyway. So there's no weapon preservation here, as he kicks it open and gets killed by Riot. Kommando Delta loses 3 in a row. Now Kommando Delta will be on the defense. RULEGHOST with 5 kills, Orphic with 4. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for ONE9. And Kommando Delta trying to figure out how to pull off, you know, a round win here. Baby steps first.
Use the planning table to find the bomb.
They're going to go with room 304. And it looks like Hendrix lost connection. Not sure if he's going to have enough time to reconnect in this round.
Deploying in 10 seconds. Locate and defuse.
Looks like he's not. So, for Kommando Delta, you have a team that's now short-handed going into their first defense round. And this is where you would expect them to kind of have the edge. And unfortunately, they have to spend the first round on defense short-handed. ONE9 as a unit is going to be moving into 207. They do have one guy playing back at the rear. That is RULEGHOST. And if you do have a guy named RULEGHOST saying, I'm going to go off on my own, you kind of just give it to him. Because he certainly has shown so far this season to be able to handle himself. That nade is really close to Tano and doesn't actually get him. Wow. SlaYx will get Wolf. Orphic now with the shield can see exactly where Flex is. The nade is right in front of Flex, and that was enough to do damage to Flex. He's down to 45 health. He got the explosive damage reduction. And Orphic clears the next room. Crusader will get Flex. No! And Tano gets Crusader. That team kill is gonna hurt them here. It's 3v2. SlaYx has to rush in to go ahead and take care of the defuse. Orphic is turtling, and pushing in is SlaYx, and will get killed by Riot. This is falling apart for Kommando Delta. That's now down 4-0. And still no Hendrix in sight. So Kommando Delta's fortunes do not seem to be turning so far in this first game of week 4. As they have a linen room. It's gonna be SlaYx with the Kyanite there. Flex has gone to the Mac 10, Crusader with the sawed off. So Nick is gonna go back to holding a little housekeeping room there. As ONE9 spawns in, looks like they're going to... Are they doing like a 3... No, they're doing 4-1. No, 4-3. Yeah, they are doing 3-2. Okay. It's going to be RULEGHOST and Tano taking the elevator stairs, rappelling up. And for ONE9, they're actually going to rappel straight to the roof, not get challenged down on the second floor. We know that Kommando Delta is not one of those teams that, wow, that nade got Orphic even with the shield in front of him. And it might be the scenario where he was backing up from it, which exposes enough sometimes to get killed as SlaYx gets RULEGHOST. And SlaYx will get Tano. Oh, Crusader with the C4 will get Riot and Wolf. Oh! ONE9 was paired up in the hall. Got taken out by that one C4 by Crusader. SlaYx managed to get a double kill himself. And, you know, there's the SlaYx that Kommando Delta really needs. So far for ONE9, the damage has been pretty evenly spread out across the team.
Use the planning table to find the bomb.
And we're going into round number 6 with still no Hendrix in sight. I just don't know how much more unlucky this team can get right now. I mean, they're still looking for their first. Oh, Nick doesn't get that spot.
Locate and defuse the bomb.
That's a weird arm thing. I've been seeing this lately. I don't know if it was the latest patch that did something, but the weird arm stretch out when people are leaning is, I feel like that's new. And RULEGHOST is staying back at spawn. SlaYx is gonna go into 303. Yep. We have Nick watching the long haul with SlaYx covering. He's covering that same, like, the rec room, that long angle across the elevator. RULEGHOST is now repelled off the elevator stairs. SlaYx picks up Orphic. Whoa, holding the dirty angle there, and Riot takes a little while to figure out where the trouble's coming from. Well, Flex does not end up getting anyone else there. It'll be Riot getting Flex. Tano will get SlaYx with the frag. Crusader's holding the site. Nick's going to try to hold the hall. It is 4v2. Oh, and that smoke grenade did not land where Wolf wanted it. Crusader is waiting to hear any motion from the next room as Nick is in trouble with the shield. Now, this is a mistake. Yeah, he's reloading now, and yep, there we go. Tano will get him with the shield. This is a mistake. Because if you are faced with a shield like that, you should actually get into the shield and try to charge it. And Crusader exposes too much of his body to that balcony, and Wolf will take him out. ONE9 gets the first game. And final score will be 5-1, ONE9, with RULEGHOST and Tano both leading in KD.